Canto 19. O Simon Magus, O you wretched crew of his disciples, the things of God should be espoused to righteousness and love, and you rapacious wolves, you pander them for gold, foul them for silver. Sound the trumpet now for you, for this third pocket is your place. We had already reached the following tomb, climbing the ledge until the spot we gained hung plumb above the middle of the moat. O highest wisdom, how much art you show in heaven, on earth, and in the evil world. How justly does your power apportion all. I saw that on both walls and on the ground the livid iron stone was full of holes, all of a size, and every one was round. No bigger and no narrower they appeared than the holes in my lovely baptistry of San Giovanni, made for holy fonts, one of which, and not many years ago, I had to break to save a boy from drowning, and let men take that for the stamp of truth. Out of the mouth of every hole there stuck a sinner's feet and legs up to the fat above the knee. The rest remained inside, and everywhere the souls were set afire, making them kick and wrench their joints so hard they'd have snapped twisted ropes or cords in two. As flame upon a thing anointed goes, darting and dancing on the peel, so here flames flickered from their heels up to the toes. Who's that one, teacher? In his painful wrath, kicking more than the others of his lot. And I, whose souls are licked by redder flame? Come with me, if you like, he said, along that farther bank, which slopes more easily. You'll learn of him and his twisted wrong. As a thing pleases you, it pleases me. You are my lord. You know I never part from your will, and you know my silent thoughts. And so we crossed to the fourth bank and turned, descending by the weaker hand until we reached the narrow-walked and riddled base. My gentle teacher held me at his hip until he set me down beside the hole of him who was lamenting with his shanks. Whoever you may be, whose up is down, O wretched spirit planted like a stake, said I, give us a few words, if you can. There I stood like a friar who hears the sins of a faithless assassin, head in grave, who calls him back to hold death off a while. And he cried, are you standing there already? You standing there already, Boniface? The writing has deceived me by some years. So quickly glutted are you with the wealth for which you didn't fear to weld by guile the lovely bride, then rend and sell her flesh. I was as one who takes for mockery someone's response he does not understand, and cannot fathom how he should reply. Then Virgil said, say this to him at once, I am not he you think. As he instructed, so was my response. At that the spirit writhed and wrenched his feet, and sighing, with a voice of grief and tears, replied, "Well then, what do you want from me? If you're so hot to know just who I was, that you've come down the banks for that alone, know that I wore the mantle of the Pope, and was Orsini, the bear's son, indeed, so eager to advance my cubs on earth. I stashed great wealth, and here I stash myself. Under my head the others all are crammed. My predecessor popes in simony, squashed flat into the fissure of the stone. I, in my turn, will tumble lower when he comes, the one whom I mistook you for when I asked what I asked so suddenly. But longer is the time that I've spent with my feet cooked and body upside down than he'll be planted with his feet on fire. For after him will come a filthier work. Out of the west, a shepherd without laws, such as must top both him and me together. A modern Jason, he, from Maccabees. And as the first one's king was pliable, so he who governs France will bend for him. I may have been too bold, I just don't know, or mad, when in this measure I replied, "Oh, tell me, how much treasure did he want?" Out of St. Peter did our Lord before he placed the keys in his authority? Surely he asked no more than follow me. And neither Peter nor the others squeezed cash from Matthias when he drew the lot to take the place the wicked Judas lost. Then stay right where you are. You're punished well. Make sure you guard those evil-gotten coins that made you bold to battle with Anjou. And were it not that even here in hell I'm ruled by reverence for those highest keys you once held in the happy life above, I would use words still heavier than these. For the world is made dismal by your greed, raising the crooked, trampling down the good. About you shepherds was the prophecy of the evangelist, when he saw her who sits upon the seas, whoring with kings, the woman who was born with 7 heads, who from 10 horns, the 10 commandments, took her strength, so long as virtue pleased her spouse. Silver and gold you've made into your God. How can we tell you from the idolater? He prays to one God, to 100. You? How great the evil it was mother to, not your conversion, Constantine, but that dowry the first rich papa took from you. And while I sang the notes of such a song, anger or conscience bit him to the quick, and made him kick his soles with violence. But those words pleased my guide. I will believe. For all the while he listened to the sound of spoken truth. His lips were calm and glad. Taking me in his arms, he helped me up, and, holding me against his breast, he climbed back up the bank the same way we went down. It did not weary him to clutch me tight, bearing me to the summit of the arc, the ferry from the 4th to the 5th rim. Here he set down his burden tenderly, for here the rock was battered in and steep, a strenuous crossing for even a mountain goat. From there, another valley came in sight. End of Canto 19.